Sarah Carter was an extraordinary leader, smart, driven, and deeply committed to her company. At 42, she had transformed Carter's Corner, a small family-owned convenience store, into a thriving chain of stores with locations in multiple states. Her rise to success was impressive, but the price had been high. As the business grew, Sarah found herself more entangled in meetings, financial reports, and strategic planning, while the daily hustle of the stores became a distant memory. The faces of her employees were becoming blurred, and her personal connection to her stores was starting to fade. I need to know if my vision for this company is still alive on the ground, Sarah thought, as she sat in her office one evening. Something needed to change. Deciding to go undercover, Sarah put together a plan that would help her reconnect with her employees in a meaningful way. She would visit one of her busiest locations in the heart of the city, but she would do it incognito, no CEO titles, no recognition. Disguised as Ellie, a temporary worker hired to help with the store's stocking, Sarah donned a simple outfit of jeans, a loose jacket, and a baseball cap, her long hair tucked under the cap. She arrived early, before the crowds, to catch a true snapshot of the daily operations. The store was buzzing with activity as employees checked shelves, helped customers, and handled deliveries. Sarah kept her head low, moving silently through the aisles to blend in. But she couldn't help but notice the pulse of the store, the energy, the customers, and, most importantly, the people working there. As Sarah worked alongside the employees, one of them, a young man named Alex, caught her attention. Alex was in his mid-20s and had a gentle smile that seemed to light up the room. He wasn't just doing his job, he was genuinely engaged with every customer, greeting them by name and taking the time to chat with them. Sarah observed Alex for hours. He wasn't just helping customers with their purchases, he was going above and beyond. She overheard a conversation between Alex and an elderly woman who was struggling to pay for her groceries. "You're short by $2, Mrs. Thompson," Alex said softly. "Don't worry about it, I'll cover it today." The woman, taken aback, protested, but Alex simply smiled and reassured her, "It's on me today. You've done so much for this community, it's the least I can do." Sarah was stunned. Here was a young man, likely struggling himself, yet he was giving out of his own pocket to help someone in need. This wasn't just customer service, it was genuine kindness. As the hours passed, Sarah saw more examples of Alex's selflessness. He would quietly assist those in need, paying for small items or giving out discounts to those who were having a tough time. Every gesture was small but filled with intention. After a long shift, Sarah couldn't hold back her curiosity any longer. She introduced herself to Alex in the break room, still pretending to be Ellie, a temporary worker. "Alex, I've been observing you today. You seem to really care about the people who come into the store. Why do you do it?" Alex looked surprised but answered with humility. I've been through some tough times, you know. My mom passed away when I was young, and I had to take care of my younger brother. I know how hard it can be to make ends meet. So, if I can help someone else, whether it's a small gesture or just listening, I do it. It's the right thing to do." Sarah was deeply moved. The young man, who appeared to be just another cashier, was carrying a weight much heavier than anyone knew. Yet, despite the hardships, he still found the strength to lift others. The next day, Sarah came back again, this time to observe her employees more closely. One of the other workers, an older gentleman named George, shared something that resonated deeply with her. "You know, Alex is a good kid," George said. "His life hasn't been easy. After his mom passed, he was practically raising his brother on his own. He doesn't get enough credit for what he does here. He works hard, but he's always looking out for others. I just hope someone is looking out for him, too." As Sarah listened to George's words, she felt a deep sense of responsibility. She realized that the true heart of her company wasn't just in the numbers, it was in the people. In Alex, and in all her employees, there was a deeper commitment to service, to care, and to each other that needed to be recognized. That evening, as the store closed for the day, Sarah gathered her team for a meeting. She stood before them, a warm smile on her face as she removed her cap. "Good evening, everyone," Sarah began. "I'm Sarah Carter, the CEO of Carter's Corner. For the past few days, I've had the privilege of working with you all undercover. And let me tell you, this experience has been an eye-opener. I have seen your dedication, your kindness, and your commitment to this company and each other. And it's been a reminder of what truly makes this business special." She turned to Alex, who was sitting in the front row, looking stunned. "Alex, I've been deeply moved by your generosity and the way you put others before yourself. You've inspired me. You've shown me what leadership really means, and I want to honor you for that." The room was silent as Sarah continued, "Effective immediately, I'm promoting you to a management position, and you'll be getting a raise. Additionally, I'm setting up a fund to support employees across all our locations who are facing financial hardship. Alex, I also want to make sure your brother has the opportunity for a brighter future. I'll be covering his college tuition." Alex was speechless, his eyes welling with tears. "I didn't do any of this for recognition. I just wanted to help," he said softly. "That's exactly why you deserve this," Sarah replied, her voice full of warmth. "You embody the values of this company. And now, it's time we start showing more of that care for everyone who walks through our doors." From that day on, Carter's Corner became more than just a successful business. It became a community, a place where employees supported one another, customers felt valued, and acts of kindness were a part of the everyday routine. Sarah made it a point to visit her stores more regularly, not as the CEO, but as a leader who genuinely cared. She knew now that her legacy wasn't going to be measured by the number of stores or the profits. It would be measured by the lives she touched and the difference she made. And it all started with one decision: to step into her stores, see the people behind the counters, and recognize the true heart of her company.